Lesson: Specific performance. Specific performance is a pivotal remedy in contract law, often sought when monetary damages are inadequate to address the breach of a contractual obligation. Understanding its application, limitations, and strategic use is essential for professionals specializing in contract law. This lesson delves into the intricacies of specific performance, offering practical insights, tools, and frameworks to enhance proficiency in implementing this remedy effectively. Specific performance is an equitable remedy that compels a party to execute the contract according to its precise terms. Unlike monetary damages, which seek to compensate the non-breaching party, specific performance aims to fulfill the original contractual promise. This remedy is typically applied in situations where the subject matter is unique, such as in real estate transactions or rare goods sales, where substitute goods or properties cannot easily be found. For instance, in the landmark case of Wagner Advertising Corp v. S&M Enterprises, the court held that specific performance was not warranted because the advertising space in question was not unique enough to justify such a remedy. The efficacy of specific performance lies in its ability to provide the aggrieved party with the benefit of the bargain, a principle that underpins contract law. However, this remedy is not granted as a matter of right. Courts exercise discretion and weigh several factors before ordering specific performance. These factors include the adequacy of monetary damages, the certainty and feasibility of enforcement, and the balance of equities between the parties. A practical framework for assessing the viability of specific performance involves a step-by-step analysis of these factors, ensuring that the remedy aligns with equitable principles. Firstly, the adequacy of monetary damages is a primary consideration. Courts are unlikely to order specific performance if damages can sufficiently compensate the non-breaching party. A practical tool for professionals is to conduct a comparative analysis of potential monetary damages versus the value of specific performance. This involves assessing whether a monetary award would truly place the aggrieved party in the position they would have been in had the contract been performed. For example, in real estate transactions, the unique nature of land often renders damages inadequate, thus supporting a claim for specific performance. Secondly, the certainty and feasibility of enforcement are crucial. The court must be able to supervise and enforce the specific performance order without undue hardship or complexity. Professionals can utilize a feasibility checklist to evaluate whether the obligations under the contract are specific and definite enough to warrant enforcement. This checklist includes verifying clear terms, identifying potential obstacles to performance, and considering the duration of court involvement. The case of Laclede Gas Co. v. Amoco Oil Co. illustrates this point, where the court ordered specific performance for a long-term gas supply contract, given the contract's clarity and the feasibility of enforcement. Thirdly, the balance of equities is a determining factor. This involves weighing the harm to the breaching party against the benefit to the non-breaching party. Specific performance is more likely to be granted if the harm to the breaching party is minimal compared to the benefit to the aggrieved party. Professionals should conduct an equitable analysis to assess the relative hardships and benefits. This analysis can be visualized using a balance chart, where the potential impacts on both parties are diagrammed and evaluated. The case of Curtis Brothers Co. v. Katz serves as an example, where the court granted specific performance for a contract involving the sale of tomatoes to a canning company, considering the significant loss to the buyer compared to the seller's inconvenience. While specific performance is a powerful remedy, it is not without limitations. Certain types of contracts, such as personal service contracts, are generally not subject to specific performance due to the personal nature of the obligations involved. In such cases, enforcing specific performance would infringe on individual autonomy and freedom. Furthermore, contracts requiring continuous supervision or involving ongoing duties are less likely to be enforced through specific performance due to practical challenges in court oversight. Another limitation is the requirement for clean hands. The party seeking specific performance must demonstrate that they have acted equitably and have not engaged in wrongdoing related to the contract. This equitable principle ensures that the remedy is not used to reward parties guilty of misconduct. Professionals can employ a due diligence checklist to verify the presence of clean hands, examining the conduct of both parties and identifying any potential inequitable behavior. The strategic use of specific performance requires careful consideration of these factors and limitations. Professionals should adopt a strategic decision-making framework, incorporating the aforementioned tools and analyses to determine the most appropriate course of action. This framework involves evaluating the unique circumstances of each case, considering alternative remedies, and crafting persuasive arguments to support the claim for specific performance. In applying specific performance, it is also essential to consider the broader implications and potential challenges. For instance, enforcing specific performance may strain the relationship between the parties, particularly in cases involving ongoing obligations. Professionals should weigh the benefits of obtaining specific performance against the potential for future disputes or difficulties in performance. Engaging in alternative dispute resolution methods, such as mediation or negotiation, may provide a more amicable and efficient resolution in certain cases. The importance of specific performance in contract law is underscored by its ability to enforce contractual obligations and ensure the fulfillment of unique promises. By leveraging practical tools, frameworks, and strategies, professionals can effectively navigate the complexities of specific performance and achieve optimal outcomes for their clients. This lesson has provided actionable insights into the application of specific performance, emphasizing the need for a thorough and strategic approach to remedy selection in cases of contract breach.